Kathia Roberts from Soul Journeys, and I'm gonna be presenting to you how to heal your visibility blocks with ancient shamanic and sound healing tools. I'm a shamanic healer and teacher and sound healer and a holistic doctor, and I lead pilgrimages to Egypt, and I'm the owner and the visionary behind Soul Journeys. Explore with purpose and transcend your limits. And this is your free gift, that you will explore who you are and how to channel your gifts, how to trust in your inner knowledge and guidance, how to read into your audience by creating a safe container to be fully visible in your authenticity. So, energetic and emotional visibility blocks may show up when you are trying to excel in presencing yourself and your services in a way that clients will render your service. Energy is contagious, positive and negative alike. Be mindful of what you allow into your space. So this image I felt was so fitted. It's from the Giza Plateau in Cairo, near the pyramids, and it's just this beautiful art installation. And this was near sunset, and it just showcased that, you know, these blocks that can get in the way of energy flowing. So addressing these blocks will require the SOAR methodology, which includes introspection, self-awareness, and action to soar above these perceived limitations. Shamanic and sound healing tools incorporate mindfulness, positive affirmation, visualization, and collective oneness, allowing you to step out of your comfort zone and show up with confidence in your authentic self. So life always begins with that one step outside of your comfort zone. Shannon Alder. So this, I love this picture. This is the Valley of the Kings and Queens in Luxor. And the SOAR methodology came to me when we were up in this hot air balloon ride overlooking the Valley of the Kings and Queens. And you could see that dichotomy of the dry, arid, desert-like area, and then the green Nile Delta area, that lushness. And you're able just to have a different perspective when you're soaring above. So what is your authentic self, and how do you live and act more from your true self in owning your gifts? So it's that I am mentality, that I am philosophy, freedom from outward input, that you're going within, and then your authentic gifts that's unique to you, that you own and embody. So this is the teachings that I offer my services. Oh, and I love this picture. This was at a private visit that we do on the pilgrimages to the Sphinx, and we were greeted by this guard dog, and he just was so in his authentic self, just knew who he was. He was watching the sunrise, and he was just sitting there astute. So I thought of using this image to correlate to your authentic self is rooted in your core values, beliefs, and aspirations. It's your true selves, the essence of who you are, free from external influences or societal expectations, or any kind of, like, you know, from the media and politics and religious components, all that input. You're able to discern for yourself what is your unique gifts, that's being true to you, who you are, and showing up in that blessing, because it's indeed a blessing, it's a gift. We want to give that forth and also make a living out of it. So what is shamanism as a mindfulness or spiritual practice, including how it relates to sacredness, stillness, oneness, and observance? as per the SAW methodology. So this is my SAW methodology. I also have Revel and Rise. We have that at the end. So I'm just going to relate a little bit about shamanism. So shamanism is a sacred path. It's a spiritual path that offers practitioners a path to healing, spiritual awakening, transformation, and greater purpose. And you can be of any faith in any religion and practice this way of life. We also called it Ubuntu, oneness. It's also referred to in ancient Kemetic practices as walking the path of Ma'at, which is truth, justice, and natural order. And then also in Algonquin, which is Native American practices, it's called the beauty way, walking the beauty way. So what is sound healing? And how can you use it to clear your throat chakra and assist in how you vocalize your presence? So it's by using the human voice, vocal toning, using different instruments with different frequencies and vibrational mantras. So even our speaking voice has a certain frequency to it. So this image was taken on the Nile in a felucca, and I was doing my healing work and my mentoring work with some clients, private clients, as well as pilgrimages in Egypt. So vocal tone. I advocate to be a conduit, and where it's channeled, where you open and you receive and you offer up what the collective, when you feel into the collective, what needs to be served. And, maybe a chant come in that helps with that vibration in the throat chakra, like Om. So we could do that now. So Om is a universal practice. You often hear that at yoga studios. So just feel, sense into the throat chakra, and we're gonna just do a Om. So just feel the shift before and afterwards. How it releases that tension and blockages. Maybe you know of a specific blockage that you can just release. So now the other one is singing bowls. I just use that to sound. So this is specifically the sound to the throat chakra, frequency of the throat chakra. So this helps to break up any blockages there, even if we're having thyroid issues. And you can also imagining it with that vibration going through the back of your neck as well. And here I'm in Siwa, and I'm actually, that's on the Libyan border. And that's at Cleopatra's Pool, and that's using the jade bowl, practitioner bowl, and that is related to self-worth, which is another block that can come up in your authentic expression, and that's to help heal and rebalance that self-worth piece. Other instruments such as tuning forks, ocean drums, gongs, and chimes can be used during visualization. by a trained shamanic or sound healing practitioner to work on certain identified blockages that limits one's authentic expression. So this is a sistrum. It's an ancient Egyptian sound healing tool that raises your vibration and breaks up energetic blocks. So these blocks can include feeling undervalued, unresolved inner child wounds, trauma, and not being centered in one's sovereign presence. So in my mentorships and trainings, not only do I use this to heal you and release these blocks, but also can guide and teach you how to use this in your own healing practice. So manifesting mantras. Recite or listen to mantras associated with the throat chakra, such as hum. And that's a balancing the Vishuddha chakra in traditional Indian philosophy, and that's associated with communication, self-expression, and creativity. So we would do, you would be in a centering place. Here we were speaking it into the 7 gates of higher consciousness, and that's just feel how that shifted. And then we always come from a place of gratitude, giving thanks, even before things have manifested. We give thanks for what is, we give thanks for lessons learned. And as a way of manifestation, you can already visualize what you want to achieve within your authentic presence and how you want to be seen, how you want your visibility to show up. You can see yourself being on that center stage or being on that platform that you're approaching, and you're giving thanks for how people are perceiving you and how you are being seen and witnessed. So what is grounding and energy clearing, and how can you use it to open space as a canvas for creativity and to be seen? So we have these grounding elements: intentional breathing and clearing stagnant energy. So grounding and energy clearing are practices rooted in various ancient spiritual and holistic traditions that aim to foster a sense of balance, clarity, and presence. Grounding connects yourself to the earth's energy and your energetic chi pools. So that's according to Tai Chi. We have this chi that enforces this life force, essentially anchoring yourself in the present moment, just in the here and now, so that we don't worry about tomorrow, the next day, the next hour, and also not what was, but we're truly present right here, right now with what is. This can involve shamanic and sound healing techniques such as breathing exercises. That deep intentional breaths can help you feel more rooted and centered. This is something you can practice with your loved ones, your children, your clients, and yourself before you about to step into that visibility event, you know, where you want to be seen and heard and perceived. So first, centering yourself with breathing exercises. And then mindfulness meditation, focusing on sensations within your body or your connection to the ground and the sky can help you center. We have this saying in ancient Kemetism, as above, so below. So we are opening up to the sky, the night sky, the day sky, and we're rooting into the ground. So we are channeling that flow of energy from above down through the roots, and it's circular. It just circulates through us, replenishing us, revitalizing us. And that's how we can get in touch with all our inner knowing and so forth. And then visualizations. To use visualization and meditation is so powerful. I use it with my sound healing. And this is what you would experience in mentorship and healings with me. And it's and training you how to imagine and cultivate this practice of extending the roots from your body, and also from a room, from a space that you want to anchor. So whether it's an online space, or whether it's a physical space that maybe you're going to be doing a presentation or a workshop or a healing out of, or for other people. And you are anchoring into the ground, but then you're also adding a protective shield of white light, can weave a golden web, and you do an energetic clearing for yourself and the space you will be presenting in. Additional shamanic and sound healing energy clearing techniques involve removing negative and stagnant energy from your surroundings and your energetic field. So I like to use the gong. The gong is up there. As you can see in this picture here, my private healing sessions on pilgrimages and with private VIP clients to Egypt. And I'm just clearing the space, that energy field around a person, because it's 6 feet around us, and negative energy, blockages, tension can lock into this energetic field, and that inhibits how we show up and how we project our energy, positive energy, from flowing through us. Then there's smudging. So burning herbs like sage, Palo Santo, and cedar to cleanse the energy in the space around your body. So you can cleanse yourself, smudge yourself and the room, your instruments, any healing equipment, even your computer and the space. You smudge and you set that intention. It's a ceremony of intent, and it just adds that more potency. And this is in front of Philae, which is Isis's temple in Egypt, a traditional smudging ceremony. Then you can also use instruments for sound cleansing. So this is a clear quartz, is a great instrument. I also have a charcoal bowl, but you can use bells, singing bowls, chimes, and then through the sound vibrations you clear. These are chimes. This is the cozy chimes, and they connect with the elements. Also anchor a space with the 4 different elements, all the 4 different directions. So now more visualization and intention setting. Imagine a bright light cleansing your space, or setting the intention to release negativity, bringing in that gold frequency to set a higher vibration. So gold is a really high frequency, and that just sets that space and frequency. By clearing away stagnant energy, you create a more conducive environment to be received from a joyful influence to flow. It helps to remove mental blockages, procrastination, and self-sabotage by allowing you to focus more clearly on your authentic and artistic expressions. And this is so that you may be seen. When you are grounded and your energy is clear, you exude a sense of presence and authenticity that makes you more visible to others. By owning your light and giving gratitude for your gifts, you are enabling others energetically to appreciate your value and your work. What is your inner knowing, and how does one develop and learn to trust your intuition and inner knowing? So it's intuition, self-reflection, trust, and faith. Inner knowing or intuition is a deeply personal and often subconscious form of understanding or insight that doesn't rely on conscious reasoning. Call it a gut feeling, that sense of knowing without being able to explain why. I mean, even my daughter, she would just know and tell me, oh, mommy, I just have a feeling this doesn't feel right. And it's just amazing how kids that maybe haven't even developed that full reasoning can feel it in their bodies that this feels uncomfortable. And we need to honor that. Mindfulness and self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, feeling, and bodily sensations. A daily check-in can help you become more attuned to your inner experiences. A reflective practice. So this is good daily journaling, or whenever it arises and you feel the need to have that introspection and self-reflection, which can help you process your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to tap into your intuition more effectively. And then trust yourself. Learn to trust your instincts by validating them over time. Celebrate the wins. Reflect on past experiences when your intuition served you well. Trust is built through experience and validation. So it's always good to celebrate those wins and to validate yourself. You know, to remind yourself of times you've trusted your intuition and actually paid off. And maybe reflect on times when you didn't, and then you had a lesson that you learned. And then quiet the mind, inner stillness and being out in nature. Intuition and inner guidance often arise when the mind is calm and quiet. This is easily achieved when we spend time in nature or even in sacred spaces, like here we are in the temples. It's a great place, you know, or religious sites. It's a great place just to be still and receive inner guidance, your higher self, or from spirit, God, however you relate to that bigger source around us. Practicing deep breathing and listening for messages and signs. That's very much a shamanic approach, is to look for signs and messages in nature that informs us. You know, even animal totems, all these synchronicities. Nothing happens by chance. And then you want to listen to your body. We call this body talk. Your body often provides valuable signals, signs, symptoms that can inform your intuitions. Sensations such as butterflies in the stomach or feelings of lightness and heaviness, that all informs you. So it's that psychosomatic expressions, you know, issues in the tissues. So don't ignore it. There's always underlying messages and causes, and there's so much that we can learn from that. Practicing decisiveness. So on our walk of faith, right? Start with small decisions and notice how your intuition guides you. As you become more comfortable trusting your inner knowing, you can apply it to more significant decisions in your life. Reflect on your growth in this area. So something I've learned, I mean, the whole thing of decisiveness is an area of growth for me, and certainly been a big area of growth as of late. I found the last few years I've had to make such big, huge transformation decisions that doesn't only just impact me, but my family. And from separation to divorce to moving countries, well, first states, then countries. So it's huge decisions, and you know, always doubt will come up with that. But then I also find it's like leaning in with trust and faith, right? And whatever you decide is, you know, once you have that discernment and you feel confident in that decision, regardless of what the outcome's going to be, you're going to ride that decision. You're going to you're going to live and adapt to the consequences of that outcome. I mean, there's a consequence for everything. Good. I mean, and it's not looking at things in a good or bad way. It's just, it's either this or that. We don't have to look in this good or bad tonality. We can just look at this or that. And then self-confirmation. It can be helpful to seek external confirmation. We don't want to seek external validation all the time, but confirmation and reflection from trusted individuals. Like I have people close to me, counselors, teachers that I trust. They'll be honest with me. And it just helps to, I'm an outward processor, an outward verbal processor. So it helps sometimes to soundboard things and just hear a different perspective. Somebody that's not so involved, emotionally involved in the situation. So this can reinforce your confidence in your intuition. And here a like-minded community and being in a circle can serve as a platform. So that's why it's so important to circle in community, like-minded community, where you have a sacred circle and you're able to hear other people's reflections. If you share something and somebody might have an insight or channel some information coming through and they ask permission, can I offer you an insight or a reflection? And you can grant that and listen to that and take it and adjust from it. It's all information. So stay open-minded and heart-centered. So be open to receiving intuition, insights in various forms, whether through dreams, symbols, synchronicities. Cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness to the unknown by being more childlike. So everything you lean into, even encourage your clients. Like you can always start a statement, I'm curious about, or would you care to, I have a curiosity around this, would you care to describe it more? So you can understand where they're coming from. And so lean into even your own inner inquiry with curiosity. What is this informing me? I'm curious. Like I'm curious. If I do this rather than that, how is my outcome going to be different? Because when we do the same thing over and over, you know, that is just being insane, right? But if we change things up and we change that patterns, you know, we may be pleasantly surprised of the outcome. So I always invite open-mindedness and heart-centeredness when we go, even when pilgrims approach me on an investment to go to Egypt and have this transformative experience, or a mentorship experience with me. It is an investment of time and money. And you know, to approach it from a place of being open-minded, heart-centered, and curious. Because as soon as we put our defenses up and we're not heart-centered anymore and we're not open-minded anymore, we block ourselves from the blessing in order to receive and to make those transformative shifts. And then practice patience, my friends. It is the journey, not the destination. It's where we're at right now. So be patient, be loving, give yourself some self-love and care. Developing trust in your inner knowing is a journey that takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to grow and evolve along the way. And enjoy this process. Enjoy the growth. I mean, it's expansion and contraction. And it's the full human experience. Sometimes we're going to have an amazing time, and other times it's going to be very hard and challenging and frustrating, and we're going to need some support and ask for some support and be open to receive. How can one read into the collective energy of the audience, your audience, who you are trying to reach with your message, and adjust your approach to be more impactful? So just some key things I'm going to touch on is the body language and the atmosphere, active listening and eye contact, and adaptability and interaction. Oh, this is at Hatshepsut's temple. Now, she's one that makes a grand entrance, and just if you go there, you feel into the energy there. And the audience, she used to surf. I mean, she used to come out there flying like a hawk. She actually used to dress up and come out there flying, addressing her nation as the female pharaoh, right? So that is all about making an authentic impression. So observe body language. So as you read into the room, you can read into the energy of the people in the room. And are they leaning forward? Do they seem interested, engaged? Are they maybe tired and their energy is is lowering? And then you can use these cues as insights as to what adjustments you have to make. I mean, sometimes you have to get the crowd up and going and to get a dance and a move on to shift the energy, or you can instill rattles or drumming just to kind of like break up the frequency and call people into action. And something I always do that gets the attention is that's like one of these ancient tribal calls. So yeah, that just instantly rises my vibration, and people wake up and they're like, what? I did a sponsorship at a huge event, and it was like thousands of people, and it was a big open space, and it was hard with the sound. And I was talking about my pilgrimages and my mentorship programs, and people weren't paying attention, right? There was a lot of people sitting there because they actually had part of it, and the food court was open to that, so people could sit and actually listen to the presentations. And then but everyone was distracted, and I did that, and people stopped. They stopped at what they were doing, and they started listening. And it's just reading the room. You don't know how it's going to be on the day. I wasn't prepared that was going to be the whole setup, and I had to make adjustments and modifications. And that's very much a shamanic and sound healing move. So now you're also listening actively beyond what people say. Listen to how they say it. So this is when people ask you questions, maybe, right? And when you do your sales pitches, are they enthusiastic, skeptical, or indifferent? The tone of the voice and vocal cues can reveal much about the audience mood and energy level, and the underlying resistance or the underlying blockage. And then you can speak to that rather than the specific question. You can speak to what you feel when you're really energetically perceptive, what you feel underneath that. And this is what I enable and teach you how to do and read and become skillful at. And then connecting intimately eye-to-eye contact. We have this practice in shamanism where you really look into the soul of the person. You see the soul. It's to be fully seen and witnessed. And that's very powerful. And that's a way of engaging people. The way you sit, you're mimicking them, you open. And you're encouraging that interaction. Right? And you can even ask people to do the same. You can set the audience up in a circle. I like to do that. I come from a medical background. I used to do a lot of scientific presentations. And as soon as they invited me as a keynote speaker, I said to them, I don't do just science presentations anymore. I don't do it unless I can be in a circle, or I can bring sound healing tools and add an element of ceremony to it. Because it's boring, frankly, for me. And I just feel that one encourages engage on such a soul and energetic level when you do it more in a circle, ceremonial, embodied way of approaching it. So sense the atmosphere, feel into the energy of the room. Is it lively and upbeat, or quiet and subdued? And depending on the message you want to instill or the environment you want to create, you may want either or. Are there any underlying tensions or conflicts? Because sometimes, in spaces that I do work in, we away for retreat or pilgrimage for 2 weeks. And it's intense. People are moving through their triggers, their traumas, a lot comes up. So you want to be able to manage these tensions and energies and conflict. Conflict comes up. People are sharing rooms, they're getting annoyed with each other's habits. So they're going to look at the facilitator or the teacher or the coach to help them move through it. So this is another piece I help and coach you in, to mentor you in, to facilitate that, to know how to priestess that. So shake it up for yourself and them with movements and sounds. We have all these different techniques in shamanism that I would love to teach you in, that just shake things up and shake people's issues up, right? Like if they hold with a certain, this is the way it is, there's ways of breaking that up, my friends. Ask questions. It's all about good questions. Interact with your audience by encouraging participation and embodied activities. So embodied activities is where you get them up and involved and doing something with. If it's online, could be breakout rooms. You can ask them and showcase to stand up, to do some kind of activity. Take them out of their comfort zones and do something unexpected, something they didn't expect at all. They'll be pleasantly surprised, even if they're uncomfortable. They need it. Ultimately, we all are seeking for that. And even if we're uncomfortable at first, and it's how you position it and how you support people in that to help them to open up more. And that's a skill. That's a shamanic, priestess, energetic skill that you can cultivate to help people to feel more comfortable and open up. Adapt in real time. Be flexible and change things as you read the room or the people. It's the channeled approach. We always in shamanism have this saying, I'm the conduit, the hollow bone. So I'm receiving this guidance, whether it's from my higher self, spirit, higher consciousness, however you want to look at it, the divine, and it's moving through me, it's flowing through me. And the wisdom comes through me. That's the best approach. Whenever you memorize something, it doesn't come out the right way. But if you, in that moment, really present, then it comes out the right way. So this is just a picture again on the Nile, on a felucca, and it's just how you just really in that heart space, you really sink into that open heart space, so that you can truly feel into what's needed, what's the medicine that needs to be served. Empathize and connect. Offer an understanding, acknowledging their perspectives and concerns, and tailoring your message to resonate with their values and interest. So really people ask me, oh, can you present on this and that and that? And I always try and find out what is their audience, right? I mean, my CV, if you like, an experience is so diverse and expanded, but I can really adjust it to any type of audience. It can be executives, it could be healers, whatever the audience is, but it's really to understand where are they coming from, what's their values, what's their concerns, what's their wake up in the morning, as Monica would say, my business coach's problem, that you want to solve, or that you have skill set or a remedy or a solution to solve. So yeah, learn shamanic journeying and sound healing techniques to connect with your inner wisdom, healing frequencies, and higher guidance. During journeying sessions, you can explore the deeper origins of your visibility fears and receive valuable insights and healing for lasting shifts and a renewed, authentic presence. So this is what I do in my one-on-one mentorships and group mentorships, is really holding that sacred space, that journeying with sound healing and shamanic techniques, so that you can come to these awarenesses yourself, and you can embody it, and you can embody the wisdom. And then from that place, you can then serve it. You can then be of service. You can add it to your already existing practice or coaching business or business. I mean, this can apply. You don't have to be in the wellness and mindfulness or spiritual domain. You can be in any kind of business and apply these techniques to yourself, to your family, your loved ones. Yeah, so I'm inviting you to explore these and learn more, and you are welcome to connect with me to find out more. And find out more about my soul methodology. That's owning your own personal power, owning that authenticity, owning that sovereignty, your true self, and how you show up in the world, how you project that visibility. And that's from a place of sacredness and stillness. That's what the S stands for: observance and oneness with all that is. And then awakening and action. Like, what action steps are you going to take? And this is through my mentorships, we identify that, and I help with the activation and initiation, whether you come on a pilgrimage to sacred sites and also just in your journeying and in your inner world, your inner sanctum. And then you revel and rise. You rise above, you soar above. You revel, which means you celebrating and giving thanks for what you already have accomplished on this journey and on this way. And then you rise above, and you are rising to new heights. You are being awakened, and and you're serving from that place. And that's beautiful. Thank you for your time here today. And thank you for receiving. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you soon again. Please follow the links and book a call, a connection call with me. I love to connect with you. And follow me on all my social media channels for more insights, wisdoms, and ways that we can grow and rise together. Thank you, and have a great day.